My name's Veggie, and this is my first video, actually. And the thing I wanted to talk about first was, I guess, how to order hair online from Aliexpress. And the reason I wanted to start off with this topic is that I was actually trying to look for videos on this topic, and then after sort of doing it myself, I was like, oh, maybe someone could benefit from this information. The first thing I wanted to talk about is managing expectations. You will find so many different types of hair floating about. Malaysian hair, Brazilian hair, Chinese hair, Mongolian hair, Indian hair, Peruvian hair, everything. Malaysian hair, did I say Malaysian? So the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a conversation happening about whether or not this hair, is it coming from these places? For example, are there women in Brazil who all have 1B hair and they're all cutting it off and sending it to China? Is that it's very unlikely that there's a supply of hair coming from these places. So to be honest, I can't really speak too much for certain things like Malaysian and Peruvian hair, but I do know that there is a supply in Cambodia, in India, and in China, and China is where all this hair from AliExpress is coming from. And so what I assume, how I manage my expectations is that I assume that this hair is coming from either India or China. So it's going to be processed in some type of way, especially since like most of the hair always comes in one particular type of color. And also I do know that the hair tends to be steam treated to sort of give it that curl. Some people do complain that, once they wash the hair, it just like loses the body wave or the loose curl or whatever type of curl. And then others complain that the curly hair that comes from AliExpress just tends to be like, it tends to smell a type of way, like it's chemically treated. So I kind of personally, I kind of stay away from curly hair. I usually get the straight hair and I curl it myself. But yeah, so that's one thing, managing expectations. The second thing is trying to figure out what brand you want. There's so many brands out there. There's Stima hair, there's VIP hair, Ali Moda hair, or there's all sorts of types of different names, and there's different vendors floating out there. So how do you really weed out the good vendors from the shit vendors? And the way I do it is looking at reviews on YouTube, just scouring the YouTube world. And I guess the first thing you would think is that, going after the hottest reviewers like Fabulosity is Me or Ivy Powell, whom I love, or Dollface, Malibu Dollface Barbie. While they are good reviewers, I kind of get the sneaking suspicion that they might not be the best for reviews because, they're getting the best hair, the hair that's being selected for them specifically is just, amazing. So of course you're going to get some good reviews for the most part. So I like to go after, look at these smaller YouTubers, look at what they're saying, just to get their input into, how it came. I feel like you're getting a sort of realer review because it's just a regular degular person who is buying hair and has similar interests to you. They want to save money. Once you have shortlisted your list of hair that you're interested in, maybe finally going on to AliExpress and looking at the reviews. Personally, I prefer a vendor that has a 95% to 98% rating on the site. I feel like those tend to be more consistent. And then Also, you have not only the rating, but the feedback system, where people give their feedback, regular people give their feedback, and they take pictures, and you see what the hair looks like, how the packaging looks like, which is what I really appreciate. So you kind of see, okay, so that's what it looks like. Oh, this looks nice. So you can kind of extrapolate that and think, okay, so this is what I should be expecting if I order from these people. This is how thick the bundles are, you know. So that's what I tend to do. Although there is some controversy, because some of these vendors pay or promise certain incentives. Like, say if you were to leave a negative review, they might you know, go to say, hey, could you reconsider that review? We'll give you like 20% off the next purchase. I always find those so like crazy, because it's like, dude, like, I didn't like your hair, why on earth would I buy it again, even though it's a 20% off discount? But that happens, so you sort of have to take that in, take all that information in. So yeah, so those are my key tips into going for successfully ordering from AliExpress. You know, it's unfortunate that, you know, there has to be this much of a process when it comes to just ordering something, but that's just the nature of the beast. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that really helped. Really like to hear people's experiences on AliExpress, so feel free to comment. Maybe if I missed something, feel free to add. And yeah, thank you for watching this video.